Well, this is a great week for us because we have another Stregonona story. This one's called Stregonona's Magic Ring. A long time ago, when this book first came out, it might have been called Big Anthony and the Magic Ring. But it's really about Stregonona's ring. So let's see what Tommy DiPaolo has to say about Stregonona's magic ring. Wintertime was very quiet in the little town in Calabria where Stregonona, Grandma Witch, and her helper, Big Anthony, lived. People came to Stregonona to help them solve their troubles. Big Anthony did his chores and tried to behave himself. And every morning, Bambolona, the baker's daughter, came to deliver the bread. There's Bambolona and all the loaves of bread. One day, the sun began to shine a little brighter, the birds began to sing a little sweeter, the flowers began to bloom everywhere. Spring had come, and Big Anthony began to drag his feet. "Anthony," said Stregonona, "whatever's the matter? You're sleeping late, your chores are half done. Every time I look at you, you're gazing into space and sighing." "Oh, Stregonona, I don't know what's wrong with me," said Big Anthony. "Everything in my head is fuzzy." "Ooh, I think you have spring fever," said Stregonona. "What you need is a little nightlife. Why don't you go to the village dance tonight? It would perk you up." Big Anthony sighed again. "Oh, the village seems so far away," he said, "and anyway, who would dance with me?" "Bambolona, the baker's daughter, would," said Stregonona. "Why don't you ask her when she brings the bread?" "Who?" asked Big Anthony. For in truth, at this time, he had never noticed her. When supper was finished and Stregonona was straightening up her cupboard, she suddenly stopped and said to herself, a little nightlife. Not a bad idea. It's been quite a while since I went to the village and danced the tarantella." Then she began to bang the little drawers open and shut, looking into each one of them. The noise startled Big Anthony, who was sitting just outside, gazing at the moon. "What is Stregonona doing?" he asked himself, peeking through a crack. "Ah, here it is," Stregonona, holding up a little golden ring, said. "I haven't used this in years." And she slipped the ring on the first finger of her right hand and then began to sing. "Oh, little band, my golden ring, listen to the song I sing. Make me look as I do not, and to the village dance I'll trot." There was a puff of smoke, poof, and instead of Stregonona, there stood a beautiful lady in elegant clothes. Big Anthony could hardly believe his eyes. Secretly, Big Anthony followed the beautiful lady all the way to the village square. There she is. And there he watched her dance the tarantella all night long. She's dancing away. When the dance was over, Big Anthony followed her back to Stregonona's house, and there the lady sang, "Oh, shiny band, my golden ring, again the little song I sing. The dance is done, the moon does wane, turn me back to me again." And she slipped the ring off her finger. And with a puff of smoke, poof, there was Stregonona. "Oh," whispered Big Anthony, "if only I could get that ring, I would be the handsomest man in all of Calabria, and all the village ladies would want to dance with me." Big Anthony decided to wait for his chance, which came the very next morning. after Bambolona brought the bread. "Anthony, I must go and visit my godchildren," said Stregonona, "now that it's Eastertide. Be a good ragazzo and stay out of trouble. Do your chores and don't drag your feet." "Yes, Stregonona," said Big Anthony. All day long, Big Anthony waited, and finally, when the sun went down, he ran inside and rummaged through the drawers of Stregonona's magic cupboard until he found the tiny golden ring. He pushed it on the first finger of his right hand as far as it would go, and then he sang, "Oh, little band of my golden ring, listen to the song I sing. Make me look as I do not, and to the village dance I'll trot." There was a puff of smoke. Poof! Big Anthony rushed to the mirror and looked. The face looking back at him was certainly not his own. There stood a handsome Big Anthony in elegant clothes. "Aha!" shouted handsome Big Anthony. "And now for a little nightlife." When he strolled into the village, everyone was dancing the tarantella in the middle of the square. In a second, handsome Big Anthony was surrounded by all the ladies there, young and old, fat and thin, pretty and not so pretty. They had never seen such a handsome man in all their lives. "Come dance with me," each of them cried, pulling at his arms. Oh my goodness, look at all the attention he's getting. Round and round they went, dancing and dancing the tarantella. "So this is a little nightlife," thought handsome Big Anthony happily. And there they were, dancing and dancing. After several hours, handsome Big Anthony was beginning to get a little tired, but the ladies wouldn't let him stop dancing. "Caro," they cried, "dance with me. Me, Caro next." And they began to push and shove. They pushed and shoved so much that at last handsome Big Anthony got scared. "Un momento, just a minute, let me catch my breath," he cried. But the pushing and the shoving and the grabbing and the kissing only went on more. Handsome Big Anthony began to run. The ladies began to run too, after him. Handsome Big Anthony stopped, and he sang, "Oh, shiny band, my golden ring, again the little song I sing. Dance is done, the moon does wane. Turn me back to me again, please." And he tried to take the ring off, but it stuck fast. "Mamma mia," he cried, "what am I going to do?" What do you think is going to happen? Past the fountain, past the priest, past the sisters of the convent on their way to prayers, he ran. Out through the gate, past the goats, into the countryside. Me, dance with me, amore," cried the ladies close behind. Oh my goodness. Handsome Big Anthony continued to run. Again he sang the song, although he was out of breath. Again he tugged at the ring, but it wouldn't budge. At last he climbed a cypress tree up to the very top. Now he had nowhere to go. "Help! Save me! Help!" he cried. And he sang some more and tugged some more, but it did no good. The ladies reached the tree and shook it hard. Shook and shook and shook it. "Come down, you handsome devil, you! Dance with us some more! With Maria, Concetta, Clorinda, Rosanna, Teresa, Francesca, Clotilda," they cried. Finally, they shook the tree so hard that handsome Big Anthony lost his grip and flew into the air. "Oh no," he cried. Now they'll get me for sure. He landed on his handsome big nose right in front of a little house, Stregonona's house. And Stregonona was home from her visit. It didn't take her the time to blow 3 kisses to see what had happened. "Anthony," she said, "where did you get my magic ring?" "Oh, Stregonona, help me, please. I only wanted a little fun, just a little nightlife. I sang the song, but the ring is stuck. What am I going to do? Here they come. They're after me. Please make me me again." Stregonona opened a flagon of olive oil and rubbed some on his finger. "Now," she said, "sing." Handsome Big Anthony loudly sang, "Oh, shiny band, my golden ring, again the little song I sang to dance upon the moon's way and turn me into me again." And the ring slipped off his finger. And when the puff of smoke had cleared, poof, there sat plain Big Anthony. "Where is he? Oh, where did he go? Where is that handsome devil?" cried the ladies from the village. "There's no one here, as you can see, but me and Big Anthony," said Stregonona. Calling, "Wait, wait, wait for us," the ladies rushed away. And soon they were out of sight. "Oh, Anthony," said Stregonona, "will you never learn?" "Stregonona, you saved my life. Never again, I promise, never will I touch your magic," cried Big Anthony. "Never mind, Big Anthony," said Stregonona with a smile. "There are other kinds of magic in the spring." What do you think she's talking about? There comes Bambolona with the bread. And look what Bambolona has. Flowers for Big Anthony. Oh my goodness. Big Anthony's always getting into trouble, isn't he? Oh my. He just doesn't listen sometimes. Some days it's hard to listen, but we all need to really try. Let's pray. God, make us good listeners. Help us to listen to the people that are trying to help us. Help us listen for the people that love us so much. Help us listen and hear your voice. Amen. Well, I can hear that voice right now saying it's time to get your pajamas on. Time to wash hands and face, brush teeth, hop into bed, and have a good night.